Okay, so in today's video, I just want to talk a little bit about automation when it comes to client communication and client intake. This is something that I see fairly regularly when I'm doing advising or consulting for businesses, whether they're startups or established businesses. And what I've noticed is that A, they're not making it easy enough for clients or prospective clients or customers to communicate with them. And B, they're just not automating the process enough. What I find is a lot of prospective clients are not really willing to dig that much. So you have to make it easy for them to find what they're looking for or to get in touch with you. So if they're finding you through your website, for example, you want really easy access points on your website to, book a discovery call or book an initial consultation or, get in touch with you in some form. That would kind of depend on your industry and how you communicate with new prospective clients. So if your goal is to kind of book discovery calls or book initial consultations or, get people to request a quote, then you want to make that really easy to do on your website. So having, a button to request that, on your main page, whether that's right at the top of the website or, somewhere in the middle, just somewhere that's really, easy to find, hard to miss, really. And then from there, when they click on that button, you want to have an easy process where, yes, you're probably asking some questions. There's some things you need to know, but not asking too much where they're just kind of getting tired of inputting information and they just give up. And then on top of that, if you want them to schedule an appointment with you, initial consultation, a discovery call, it's good to have calendar booking software built right into your website. That way they can pick a time that just works for them. Now, in some cases, maybe you don't want that and you want to just kind of receive a request from them and then you contact them to book something, and that's fine. But I've seen situations before where it can just get a little bit too difficult for the prospective client because the business might have kind of a sloppy form or lack of information on their form or just not a clear process. I did see one where a professional had kind of an intake form to request an initial consultation, and then under that it was a scheduling form. So anyone who was interested in booking a discovery call or initial consultation with this professional had to do two separate forms. And I think people would fill out the first one and then not realize there was a second one, so they actually wouldn't schedule anything. So cases like that, it's just, you're making it harder than it needs to be to create an open line of communication with those prospective clients. And it seems like a lot of businesses don't even offer this, like they don't have online booking, whether that's for appointments or initial consultations or whatever. And in some cases, maybe that makes sense, but I think a lot of businesses are missing out by not having that. And of course, I can't speak for everyone, but just speaking for myself here, a lot of times if I'm looking for like a new service provider or something where I need to book an appointment, if they don't have online booking, I'm not booking. So maybe that's like a barber or a massage therapist or a physiotherapist or some type of personal or professional service like that. If they don't have online booking, like I don't really want to call in, honestly. So I think a lot of people are like that. So it's becoming more and more important to have online booking options or options to get in touch with you through a website. So that's one thing. That's the first part of the video is, just making it easy to get in contact with, kind of easy steps to book with you, book initial consultations, whatever it may be. But the second part is automation. So I think this is really important, and these things kind of go hand in hand, where setting up that online scheduling booking stuff just automates things where you're not having to have someone answer phones and book appointments and stuff like that. Like I said, a lot of people I think would rather just not deal with a person and just book online, see what's available and just match that with their calendar. And I'm thinking of one specific example here where I had a client a while back that had a business where anytime someone was interested in hiring this business for services, the owner would just text back and forth like 20 questions with this prospective client, asking them, details about their situation to find out more. And for me, that's just a lot of work to text back and forth with someone, 20 questions. Some people maybe aren't that responsive, maybe they don't like texting. It just felt like a lot of time and effort, and it's inconsistent too. So in a case like that, where maybe you do need to ask quite a few questions for a new prospective customer or client, just create a form. There's Google Forms, there's other websites that have forms, Microsoft does. You kind of just create that basic form, that questionnaire, and rather than going back and forth via email, you just send them one link and say, hey, I see that you're interested in our services. I'm just going to send you a link to this form, and then you can fill out the form and, book your initial consultation or book your first, appointment or whatever it may be. And this is something that I do too. On my website, I have it very easy to find how you can book initial consultation with me. Once you go to book it, you can see available times. Once you pick a time, then you just put in some basic information about yourself and your business. And then I automatically get a notification that books in my calendar. I get this form with intake information, and it's just really good for consistency, automation, and documenting. So all of my consultations, all of my initial consultations, they're saved. I have them in my email, I have them in my booking software. I can go back and check those things, whether it's for billing or for other reasons. So in summary, make it easy to get in contact with, make it easy to book, make it automated, make it consistent, make it documented. It's just, I think, easier for everyone to have that. Don't rely so much on your memory or trying to be consistent. As humans, we have flaws. If you can, just create these simplified processes and forms and things like that, it's a lot easier to run a business that way in most cases, I think. But anyways, hopefully the video was helpful. If so, please click like and feel free to check out my YouTube channel here, where I currently have well over 200 videos that cover business management and business startup topics.